streaming? Did I forget to end the stream? No, I didn't. Apparently I'm live. That's news to me. No. Okay. Let's figure this out. Is it because this... Okay, definitely didn't start streaming. Yeah, apparently I am. Don't know how that happened. It's definitely not Human Factory Random Development Stream. So let's see what's going on here. No, not streaming. Okay, but apparently I've had quite a few viewers. Alright, that's interesting. Okay, fine. Alright, let's give this a whirl then. That's so bizarre. Just me not streaming. Are people watching just to see if like something random happens? Okay, well what I was doing, this isn't Human Factory. This must have been like some mistake that I made. So I'm going to change the name of this. Right, okay, let's do drawing Warbins Demons. I mean, I'm not going to not stream if I've got like more viewers than I've ever had. It's so random. Okay. So bizarre. Is it because these sprites like caught people's attention or something? Who knows? Okay, well let's stream to this slightly larger, well much larger audience than I usually have. All right then. Well, what I was doing was drawing these guys. So to anyone who doesn't know, this game is Warbins. It's a game I've been working on for the last year or so, since I stopped working at Jagex. And we have 80 characters in the game, and the last bunch of characters is the demons. And so I've just been drawing through them. This is very bizarre. I don't know what happened because because usually you have to like press go live. So no idea what's happening there. But I guess these faces were quite eye-catching. Maybe that's why people tuned in. All right. So basically, in each case, actually, should I just play the game? Because I'm just because usually my streams get like 1 or 2 concurrent viewers. Maybe my maximum is like 15, and they get like 20 views usually after the fact. So this is so bizarre. I don't know what's happening. I've actually got to go in like 40 minutes. But yeah, let's just do a little run of the game. So we're not going to be playing as the demons, but I'll just show off this game. So it's a survivor-like where you play as where you have a little army of dudes. The biggest challenge there in terms of programming is, so usually in a survivor-like game, you've got a whole bunch of enemies and they're all focused in on attacking the player. And so in this case, we've actually got a bunch of different units that fight alongside you, and you've got to create synergies of like, you know, what you do, the upgrades you get apply to your fellow units as well. So you have weapons, allies, and so yeah, I'll just show it off. Should we just play? Let's play as, I want to play as a character. Should we try as the goblins? Because I kind of need to see how these guys play. So we will play against the undead, and I do expect bugs here. So we're going to play as the leader of the orcs against the undead. I'm going to put my headphones so I can see what's happening. Just I've never had this many people join a stream ever. And apparently they joined on a stream that wasn't even scheduled. Like I had no option to start this stream. and it's gone off some data from a very old game called Human Factory that I made, and apparently a bunch of people started watching, and I just noticed because I was looking at my app, and it's so bizarre. I was just doing some childcare and my wife literally just got back. Okay, so all right, yeah, let's do killer. So killer heal means every time we kill something we have a chance to heal, and every time the hero kills something they have a chance to heal the whole army. So as you can see, typical survivor, like typical Brotato or Vampire Survivors, but we've got a little, we're spawning dudes. So just like the enemies spawn, allies also spawn, and they have different features and functions and whatnot. So we'll go with yeah, so I'm going to choose one that synergizes with the one that I have. See, it's got a little marker saying there's a combo there, and yeah, killer heal is, you know, as long as we're killing things, we're going to be healing. So we kind of don't need to pick healers. We just need to be very aggressive, and we should be able to get our sustain like that. And what we want to happen is to develop a blob of army so that we kind of kill things before they can really damage us. And that's definitely possible with ranged units, because we can just shoot them all down before they really hurt us. And Cruel actually benefits, well, so I changed him recently. It used to be that he would just buff himself, but now he buffs the whole army. That's kind of more leaning into the USP. Okay, yeah, let's get Rangers. Yeah, and you see that little thing appeared, meaning that the artifact has procced, and we can level up. This is so bizarre. I'm so taken off guard by this streaming thing. Like, never usually get this many viewers, but there you go. I don't know if it's like that because the thumbnail was actually just a clip of the game, that those characters were eye-catching or something. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, let's go. Units are generally good to pick. You can only pick 4 of each, so you can have 4 weapons, 4 units, and 4 talents. And they synergize with each other, and they synergize with the artifacts as well. Okay, let's get so which one should we pick? I guess Brawler's good. Good to have some orcs in there. Yeah, and the hope is, so this is one of the first, I think this is probably the first times I've played as the orcs against the humans. I'm still just kind of creating these factions. Let's go with, I don't think any of these are particularly good, but health is never a bad thing to have. So the talents apply to both the hero and the allies, but more so to the hero. Comes a little horde, and vampires and zombies and ghouls and skeletons, and a necromancer. Okay, I'm gonna stay off the magic stuff for the moment, and let's get a drummer so that we've got at least some buffing going on. Yeah, we want to kill that necromancer. That little purple health bar was an enemy that had been revived. Should I get some healing? No, I think I'll stay off the healing. Let's upgrade the drummer. And I worry that that drum sound effect is going to start playing too many times, but you know, that's the kind of thing we fix as we go. Nice. Let's kill that gravestone to stop it buffing its allies. Okay, let's get the Whirlwind Blade. This one is generally a bit buggy because it kind of operates on slightly different rules, but shouldn't have any problems. And yeah, the drums are getting a little bit annoying, so we'll have to find some way to like make the sound effects come about in the right way. Okay. Let's get the one that we have a synergy, that we have a yeah, synergy with, and we do have a lot of archers, so it wouldn't be terrible to have the range buff. And so far, everything is happening as I want it to, and optimization is very smooth. Yeah. And we are dominating. You see the Necromancer there revived one of the orcs. I'm really proud of that feature. It definitely wasn't easy to put in, but the Necromancers can revive dead units, and it's actually the unit as it lived. Obviously, if you have Necromancers on your own team and you get a big army like this, you end up just having ridiculous amounts of friendly units, which is fun. Okay, let's go with the Whirlwind Blade. And so the aim, of course, is to get things that combine, because then it gives you more space to replace them with other upgrades. And at 5 minutes, we're going to get a loot goblin will appear. And I'm a bit worried. I've never done that with the undead. So what I did is I made humans versus orcs work, and I got that working and optimized and everything. And then more recently I've said, okay, let's add the undead faction, and then let's add the demon faction, and that's what I've been doing. And I've kind of got undead working. Demons are a bit more simple, and then once those are working, we're kind of getting close to finishing the game. I'd like to have some kind of story mode, some kind of progressive narrative. Yeah, I've got to keep an eye on my phone because I do have an interview in half an hour for a developer role. Oh, yeah, here we go. A bug. What happened? What happened? It's good to find these. Spawn enemy, grave robber. Okay. So, what's the problem there? Grave robber. Is it called grave robber? So yeah, that will be our... yeah, what's the problem there? What just happened? Is it not assigned somewhere? I can have grave robbers on my team. So if we'll go to Loot Goblin. Yeah, so grave robber. Is it not there? Should be there. Okay, so I haven't actually... That's bizarre. Okay, let's see what's causing that. So we want to look at green beans, no. Black beans, yes. Weapons, no. Talents, no. Allies. Grave robber. Oh, okay, there's the problem. So here it is one word. I knew it would be something like that. This is kind of what I expected it to be. So I'm going to look for all instances of this, and there aren't that many. And yeah, we'll do all instances of this, case sensitive. And yeah, it should literally just be like this. So very silly mistake to have made. This is why they recommend you use, so generally if you're programming your own games, you really ought to use like constants. So rather than saying, get me this string, you would store this string somewhere, and therefore there's no room for error, because you would say grave robber equals this string. It would be a constant, but you know, I just haven't done that. So, you know, tips, learn from my mistakes. and that should fix the problem. And then this run is basically like we can still keep going, but it's going to be difficult because we're not going to get our sort of big pile of loot every 5 minutes. And that might have interrupted the coroutine as well. So this run might be balked, but that's okay. We can start another one. Let's see what this notification is, because... Oof, and yeah, now performance has tanked, so we should actually cancel this run now that we found that bug. So you see where we're at with this game. It's like, so like I said, I got humans versus orcs working really well, and then once that was down, I was like, okay, let's add more stuff, let's add more characters. And we added the undead faction, and I'm now adding the demon faction. So, yeah, that's how that works. I'm just so surprised, like, so it's so weird that it was a stream that shouldn't have existed. Like, it's not on my calendar. So if I click on YouTube and I go to, like, live stream, like, it's not, this one wasn't on my calendar. And it's for a game that was really old, Human Factory random, like, Human Factory's finished. You can buy it on Steam. It's not my best work. It's my second attempt at a game, and somehow there's just way more viewers than I usually get with my streams, and it was to an empty chair. So I'm just like, what the hell is going on? So bizarre. So bizarre. Maybe the thumbnail was because I think the thumbnail is just the live stream. Maybe that's what people liked about it. Who knows? And do we have the right resolution? Yeah. YouTube thumbnail has me slightly off the corner. So that's really bizarre. That's funny. Let's do, because I'm confident there's not going to be many more bugs like that. Let's do a build and run. And yeah, I'm afraid after that I'm going to have to go. But yeah, thank you for joining, everyone who joined. I hope you're having fun. How did you find the stream, if you're there, if you don't mind chatting to me? How did you find the stream? Was it suggested randomly? Like, it's just so funny. Let me see. Yeah, and it's like, it's not even on my list. So it's some weird bug has happened from like a stream that must have been accidentally scheduled a long time ago or something like that. Really out there, really bizarre, and just the fact that I literally wasn't even there, and apparently a whole bunch of people joined. It's funny. So, you know, I'll make the most of it and try and show off the game a little bit. My next task is to draw the demons. But, you know, there's so much balancing to be done as well. So, yeah, we've got these doggies. Got our nice succubus over here. And, yeah, the next task is to finish drawing those. But yeah, let's do a test run, because we can never have too many test runs. Like, I've left a lot for testing, as you can see. Like, evidently, like, we literally haven't tried all the configurations properly. Okay, let's just go random. So So that's Evil Sean versus Spicy Beans, apparently. Okay, well that's not going to work. No, we need... kind of wanted to try... Yeah, let's do the same thing, but let's try the different unit. Although I think I just tested Dushatar. And then yeah, let's do this guy versus the undead. And you know, let's just expect to run into more bugs. Let's expect something else to go wrong and be pleasantly surprised if it doesn't. So, Stoic Mana. So Stoic, it means block. So 20% chance to explode on block to give hero 2 mana on block. So let's go with this one. I think mana tends to be more fun. And we want to pick units with shields. Sadly, as the orcs, there aren't that many units with shields. And yeah, as you can see, the dynamics are a little bit different at the beginning because we have ranged units along with a guy with a big, heavy, slow bonk stick. And yeah, what do we want? None of these have shields. But I do know, just from my own knowledge, so if I pick my loot goblin, so for one thing, he's going to happily pick up loot for us, which is quite fun. The other thing is this one can evolve into what's a unit called a glutton, which is a unit that has a shield. So that would be leaning into the build that I have here. Okay, so I think it's... Yeah, so let's get the goblin. So bizarre that... yeah, I guess because when it's an enemy, it's picking it by name, whereas if it's an ally, it's like actually an assigned prefab in the editor. What should we go for? It's too early for a reroll, I think. Let's get the boomerang. Boomerang's fun. If we're getting... Yeah, boomerang. Just get that little bit of chip damage after the big whack. Something a bit ranged, something I can do at a distance. It's a bit like small and hard to see. I think the boomerang could have a bit of work on the visual projectile, maybe make it a bit bigger. And let's get attack speed. Attack speed is always good. Because it means whatever thing you're proccing, you're just going to proc it more often. So generally attack speed is tuned to be a bit lower. So while everything else kind of generally is like 10%, attack speed sits around... attack speed sits around, like, I think if it's 10, the attack speed is 5, so it's not as good. Lovely. Big whack. Alright, so if we're stoic... Yeah, plank. We need our plank. So whenever we block, we might get a bit of mana. You see we've got a little bit of blue there because we blocked. This guy feels like a wood champion. So we actually want that to happen as much as possible. We want to block attacks. It feels like it's taking a very long time to recharge. Is it recharged? No. Ah, okay, so we found another bug. The other shields work fine. But for some reason, this guy's shield is just not. So what is happening there? So let's see if I can find out why that's happening. So plank. Attack speed. So it should be recharging like at a normal speed. So why is the plank not recharging? So I'm gonna write that down. Plank not recharging. Yeah, really not sure why that's happening. So again, plank is no attack, but that's correct. So if I compare that with shield, so no attack, defense type 1. Yeah, so it should be all the same parameters. Oh wait, that's spike shield. So we might actually have the same problem with spike shield, but what about just shield? Defense type 1, tank speed, no attack. So it should be just working off the same rules. So I need to figure out why that's happening. Maybe there's some other bug that's happening that I'm not aware of. We'll see. Okay, I'll get the machete because then that also combos with the plank. But yeah, plank ain't working. Why isn't the plank working? Why is it not cooling down? Very bizarre. And that's going to make this run difficult. But we don't seem to be having too much trouble anyway. I'm not going to get the ranger. I think armor will be good. As you can see, it's just this fun game. You hoover up gems. You've got a little army whacking enemies. And it's kind of a chill game. It ends up being quite active because you kind of want to keep your army alive, so you find yourself constantly moving. The aim was to make a game that's more chill. Like an even lazier Vampire Survivors that you can play with one hand if you want. Okay, so if I get plank 2, is that going to recover? Okay, is this one cooling down? No, this one isn't cooling down either. Is that happening with all shields now, I wonder? So I need to figure out what that bug is. Okay, yeah, so we got our bomb and our beans, and apparently Orc combines with this guy as well. I can't actually remember what the combo is because I've very rarely used it. Like I said, I've played a lot of this game, but 99% of that has been as the humans against the orcs. So let's get plank so we can get one more block again. So yeah, I'm not sure why the plank isn't cooling down. I'll have to see what's up with that. I wonder if that's happening with all shields and I just haven't noticed. Okay, yeah, let's get getting our units because we at least, and I sort of have a feeling that's going to be on the other units as well. So this run's going to be, I'm going to have a rough time making use of my, okay, holy mana. On heal, we don't really have much heal. Let's re-roll that. Stoic reset. So then Stoic's not going to happen much either, and then we just got good heal again. Let's stick with Stoic. Even though, so basically, like, we're going to lose this run, but okay, yeah, and the okay, so yeah, and again, grave robber, not large and not dropping lots of loot. So yeah, finding bugs. Just because I haven't played much against the undead. I made them. I tested that they worked. Playing as them, and playing as them works fine, but playing against them is, yeah, it's more tricky. Like, there's just unforeseen stuff, little things not working, and yeah, I haven't tried the plank for many months, So I don't know why that's not working, but I'm sure there's a good reason. Yep. Nice chest. Nice. Okay, yeah. So you see, we just get big gangs of dudes running into each other and fighting, and that's what this game's all about. Getting lots of tombs. I think that's just luck of the draw. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose. I lost. Okay. Well, it's not surprising because I had 0 synergy. But yeah, that's the idea. I mean, I could have easily just hung back and let my dudes go fight that thing. But yeah, that's Warbeans. Well, that's Warbeans not quite working as intended, but you know, we could do a run where we play as the humans against the orcs, and that's gonna run with 0 problems. Except maybe the shield's not working. I don't know. We'll see. No, I mean, I've done shield builds before, and it works fine. But I'm going to pay extra attention and make sure my ally shields are resetting. So this is your vanilla. This is how the game starts. This is what your starting character, your starting faction, fighting against the green beans. And yeah, early on you just want to try and protect your units as much as possible. So if we're getting a shield, we want... yeah, we want... I'm going to re-roll for... bad luck. So let's get the mage, just because I recently gave him that hair. He didn't have that hair before. And the little shadow under his hat. I should do random unprompted bug streams more often. Okay, so heal is generally good. As in any game, having at least one source of healing can just give you a lot of sustain. Because if you're doing the damage but only getting chipped at, the healing will cancel out the chipping, and then you're much more likely to win. Okay, yeah, that combines. That should be showing to combine twice. So we'll pick the witch, but then we do really need to pick the shield bearer. That's our next ally. Yeah, it's quite brave of me to do untested stuff on stream like that. But actually, so yeah, I mean, if anyone's watching this, like, this stream is all about me making the game, so I'm going to be testing bugs, and I'm just doing the whole thing on stream. You know, so dip in and out as you please to see like what bugs are being fixed and how this game develops. Luck and armor means that everyone gets a shield. So that will be very, very OP with my shield build. I have no idea why the plank wasn't resetting. So I'll need to look into that. But yeah. I wonder if it's a matter of the thumbnail thing. Like, it's better to just not have a thumbnail, because then you just get the stream and it's more eye-catching. Who knows? going to use my speed up time cheat. But yeah, the game's running smoothly, everything's happening as expected. Except for those bugs playing the last couple of times. But this is the game. Shield bearer, there he is. So I want to see this guy use his shield, and then for it to come back. Okay, yeah, there's a bug across the board with shields then. So like this guy's shield is just not recharging. So that must be... I probably put some code in at some point, like if the weapon is no attack, then don't recharge it. So that's pretty fundamental bug. I think that must have been something I did recently. But yeah. So yeah, this run's going to be bought. Well, I'm so glad so many people dropped in, even for a little bit at a time, to see this stream. Yeah, if you do want to see more, like Warbeans is available to wishlist, and yeah, I'm going to be doing more streams. I'll be back at 1 o'clock, so if anyone wants to come back for that, please do. And yeah, cheers. Have a good one. I'm going to make sure I'm actually ending stream this time.